Hey everyone, it's me Barb, and I'm here today because I wanted to share 10 super easy tips to help you make the best, most wonderfully decorated indoor spaces in your house that you possibly can in Disney Dreamlight Valley. So number one, it's a pretty simple thing to do. Keep in mind that this is early access. You are working with limited items. So sometimes you're going to have to make do without certain items you might want for certain rooms, or certain room ideas you have might not necessarily be able to come completely together how you would want them to be just yet. But with it being early access, we're going to have more items coming out as we get more characters in the game. And then when we get the full game, hopefully we'll have even more items. So you can still definitely work with what we have, but that's going to bring us to tip number 2. Buy everything you can in Scrooge's. So, and by everything you can in Scrooge's, I mean get all the furniture items you can each day. I mean clothes and hair and stuff too if you'd like to. But also go into his 25 additional items that you can get by ordering. So I haven't gone into Scrooge's yet today. And we can see in here we have a space portal that's for some reason not displaying its space. Ooh, we have this light I do not have yet. So I'm gonna buy this real quick. But basically anything you can get, that may be a Mickey wall sconce, but we might use it for something else. And I already have this, but I'm gonna buy it again, because otherwise I'd have to use a 25 limit item each day to get that. Like this washer, dryer actually. I don't have one yet. So I'm gonna just grab that, because you never know when you're gonna need more than one item, or when you're going to need an item that you don't just have yet. And the other aspect of this is going in here and ordering from Scrooge. I like to order some items, furniture. So we can go in here and we can go into all. You can filter. So let's say you're working on your bedroom. You can search for bedroom items. So super useful. You want to go in here and make sure and buy any items you might need for the day or for future builds. So one thing with this is when you're sorting, you can do any number of type of filters, but each time you buy an item, it's going to kick you out. So you can search for like Little Mermaid items. Don't click reset, click the back arrow. It's going to give you the Little Mermaid items. So let's say you're working on a Little Mermaid themed restroom. You might want get the shelving side table, but keep in mind there are limited items right now, so you may have to make a little bit do with what you have. Like there's no way to put an actual toilet in your restroom yet that I found, so I'll show you what I've done in mine. It's not completed yet, but it'll be fine. Just work with what you have. But the more you come in here and the more you buy stuff, the more you can actually have extra items to try to make do with until we get more items. So let's go ahead and head on back to my place real quick. And it's going to take us on to tip number 3. There we go. Door does not like to let me out. So for tip number 3, it's going to help you with keeping your rooms organized and being able to find them later, because you can have, I think, what is it, 20 floors now? And then you can expand and make 4 rooms in each. Now, this used to be my main room, right? I've currently moved that upstairs. I'll show you. But this is tip number 3. In here, click on the floor you want, right? So I'm going to move up here. That's how you move up to the floor. But click expand. Even if you've already expanded, you can then go in and edit your room names. So I decided I wanted the left room to be bedroom. I wanted the back one to be a restroom, and then I wanted the right one to be a game room. So by labeling this, you're going to be able to, 1, keep in mind where you want to design things and build things, how you want to build them. And then, like, this one's my main living room area. That used to be downstairs. I moved it up here. And you can plan ahead by going to your future floors and labeling them for what you want to do. So, like, let's say you get an idea for a room. So you don't forget that room that you want to do. Just come in, pick where you want to be, and go ahead and label it, even if you're not designing it that day. So that's going to bring us on to our next tip. Let's go into the bedroom. So I find it super helpful to pick an item that I want to build the room around. So for this one, I was like, what bed do I want in my bedroom? I decided on this Cinderella one because I like the color themes with it and how it fit with the floors and walls, and build around that. So once I picked that bed, I picked these floors and walls to go with it, and I went into my items and I picked different items to go with that, and I set them all out and I just started, you know, playing around with what I would like them to be. Now, that brings us to the next tip. When you're going in and picking out your items, you can go into all again, right? And those same filters from Scrooge's. Go in here, and let's say we're working with Cinderella based on the bed. We can go and find other items that are from this collection. So I ended up with the chandelier. And you can just pick items that'll kind of fit. And I decided that I wanted to use some of the sewing room stuff in here. And I'll give you a good idea. And then go back and let's say you want to filter again, go into all, go to filters. And now we want to look at, let's say, bedroom items, right? So this will help you find items that you might not have thought of to put in your room. And that brings me to the next tip. Don't be afraid to mix and match items from different collections, because you might find an item from a different movie or that's meant for a bathroom or something that you want to use in your room. So, for example, here, I use these, which are more of meant for the bathroom area, but I liked them in here. And then it really helped me to add just little splashes of color. And this, I'm pretty sure, is from Frozen. So definitely do not be afraid to mix and match your items. Now that'll bring us on to the next tip, which I believe we're on number 7. Sorry if I stopped giving you numbers there, guys. Don't be afraid to make more than just one big area. Make sectioned areas. So like this is my little bed area with the lamp and the plant. And then over here is my little sewing area, which I thought was super cute to have a sewing area in here. There's a little spool stool that you can get. I don't have it just yet, so I made this area work with what I did have. So again, with it being early access and with the way this game rolls out items, be prepared to sometimes work with items that you weren't expecting to work with, or without items that you wanted. So by doing these room areas, it kind of breaks up and makes it feel more lived in and more like an actual place, instead of just a huge bedroom with a bed and carpet, you know? And then here's my little study area. And then here's my area, like let's say while I'm getting dressed in the morning, I want to see my character and picking out my clothes. And I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta check the time so I'm not late. You know, we got little functional areas. So add areas to your rooms so you have function, and design in a way that you would think you would use in real life, and that's going to help you make it look more like an area that you would actually use, and it'll make it feel more homey. So that's going to take us on to tip number 8. So if you go into furniture and you go into the wallpaper and floors, play around with different wallpapers and flooring, because that can completely change the look. So that wood floor makes it a little bit more contrasty, but I like this one because it's a bit more soothing with the wood and gold accents. But you can completely and utterly change the look of your room just by choosing different flooring and wallpaper. So let's go into this wallpaper here. So we can make it a little bit warmer with the yellow. This I really feel fits more for a kitchen or a restroom. I don't like it for bedrooms. You can make it feel more like a loft if you want the brick walls. There's all kinds of options to play around with, and try combos that you don't necessarily think would go, because sometimes they look different than you would imagine once they're placed. So that'll take us on to tip number 9, and that is put items on tables, right? So it makes it feel like you're actually using the space, and it also helps it feel more pulled together and decorated. So here I put a little plant on this table, because in real life I would probably put a plant on a nightstand. And I got this little Cinderella lamp over here, because nightstand, lamp, it makes sense, you know? And then for my sewing area, I put the sewing machine, But I also put this little Mickey plant, the succulent holder with a little flower on top, and it helps fill it out. And for the desk, I did add the quill and ink, some books, and a little lamp. So by adding items to tables, it can help define their purpose, and it can help make the purpose for the area in the room more obvious. So if someone were to walk in here, they would know this is my study, right? They would know this is the sewing area. If you just place those items and plan what you want in each little area, it can really help you define those areas and make them be, you know, more functional for what they should be. And tip number 10, don't forget lighting and wall art for finishing touches. So for the lighting here, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the main lighting, but I hopped into the lighting tab and I was like, oh, let's look at our options. And I was like, wow, I don't want a chandelier with candles. It doesn't feel like it fits. And I ended up putting this Cinderella chandelier in here. And I was like, wow, that's really over the top. But then I found that I actually liked it once I placed it. Because without that, the lighting isn't nearly as nice in here. The lighting adds some warmth. And also I put the Cinderella lamp here. I put some wall scones on the side. Mix and match your lighting too. Because when you have this different lighting going on, it definitely helps it feel much better with the design. Because otherwise it's dark, dim, and drab. And I wanted a different poster here, but this one was the proper size. It had blue accents. So definitely add some more, because with nothing on that wall, it would feel kind of empty there, you know? And then these for the wall accent here. And hanging plants are great to add in. Anytime I have some extra items at Scrooge's to buy that day, I try to buy a couple extra wall accents, wall art, hanging plants, lights. And then this one fit very beautifully over the sewing area. So I think with those 10 tips, you'll be very well armed to go in and design your own indoor areas. I'll go ahead and take you on over to my living room. So here you can see we added these little Mickey hanging lights over the computer desk area, just to add some light and focus to the area. And then we added some nice little wall art, some more lighting. And then if you have items like this, the Mickey neon lighting is super useful for bringing a little bit of an accent to an area, because we wanted to have that seating area feel like it was actually, you know, meant to be a seating area. And this little tea or coffee cart with the books helps define our little seating area here for the fireplace, and it adds just a nice touch. Now over here I'll show you where we applied some of these tips to the game room. So basically with the game room, we made sure to add lots of gaming items like arcade machines, the really cool items from various movies that you can get. This one's one of my favorites. And then to add other touches that feel magical, like Mickey with the broom, this little spaceship, and to make sure and add in various places where we have wall accents, putting items on tables. So here for a game room, let's say we want to play a little game of checkers. We can pretend it's chess, and we're here enjoying our nice little drink that we're going to pretend we got from the food hut. It's just, you know, nice to add touches, make it feel like your area is lived in. So I hope this was useful for you guys, and that it takes away some of that stress of choosing how you're going to decorate a room. But I think if you just start by choosing what you want the room to be, pick an item to base it on, and work from there, and take small steps, you'll do just great. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you did for your rooms that you decorated, any tips or tricks that you've been using. And if you found this useful, please do like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow, especially since I am currently a smaller channel. If you turn on notifications, it'll also tell you when I go live for things like streams and when I post new videos. And also for the description of this video, I did include a link to our Discord group. There's not a ton of us in there yet, but they're all awesome. So feel free to join the Discord and make yourselves at home there. And I look forward to seeing you all around for future videos. So thanks again. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye until next time.